This is the 92 Dodge truck that I just converted to run on waste oil. I'm using the Vormax unit. This line is coming in from the radiator water. It exits this hot plate right here and returns back into the return line on the radiator. So the oil that runs in to this filter here gets heated up once the engine reaches temperature. Let's see if I can explain this six-way valve here. We have a line in from the gas tank or diesel tank right here. This is a return line to the tank. This is the inlet from the Vormax. The inlet from the Vormax is heated oil which has been pulled out of the extra tank. This is the supply line from the extra tank here. Goes into the Vormax and exits here. It runs down around here and enters into the valve. When you switch the valve in a up or down position, once it's in an up position, it runs on the diesel. If you flip the valve, the switch on the inside of the truck to a down position, it'll shut these two off and turn these two on, which would be your waste oil. And then on the other side of the valve, over here, that is the inlet into the engine fuel pump, which goes into the injection pump. Now I'll pause this for a minute and show you the tank in the back. And that would be my extra tank. It's probably, I don't even know how big it is. I'd say 10, 15 gallons. And right now there's some waste oil in there. I was going to loop the return line right back into this line here, but I decided to not even use this return line. I've just plugged it. The line goes under there and into the bed of the truck. Pause this and I'll start the truck. Well, I've run the truck earlier today, or about an hour ago, so it's hot. The switch right now is in the up position, so I'm going to start it on waste oil. Fires right up. Let's go see if it smokes. Smells like French fries. It's going to get a little noisy now when we get closer to the engine. I'll flip the switch now on the inside of the truck. Oh, that was a noisy. Some boombox driver just rode by the shop. I'm going to flip this switch now to diesel. Let's see if we hear any difference. No difference at all. Truck is now running on diesel. looking out the rearview mirror, I don't see any smoke. I'll flip the switch again back to vegetable oil. No difference. So that's my 92 Dodge 12 valve Cummins converted to run on vegi oil. This loop return line, I can keep an eye on what's going on with the oil, how it looks, if I see air bubbles in the line. The line is warm, and the Vormax is hot, probably 150, 140 degrees. I put sealer on all these, that red high temp gasket sealer on all of the fittings. And the line that comes up from these old Dodges is plastic, 5/16 hard plastic line. And I used clamps, hose clamps like that. You can see that there. Rubber gas line with a hose clamp in it. It seems to be holding up alright. McMaster-Carr makes a better clamp. It clamps right onto the plastic hose. Pause this and I'll show you my oil setup, cleaning setup. That is my barrel. I throw my waste oil in. I let it settle in that barrel. And then I pump it from that barrel to this top barrel here. I take this hose and I suck it out of that barrel with this hose. I hook up the end of the hose to this screen filter, and I drop this whole thing down inside of the barrel to clean the oil when it's being sucked out of this barrel here. This drops down inside of there with the hose on it. Filters through there. It runs into this barrel. I heat this barrel with this heater. This kerosene heater also runs on waste motor oil, transmission fluid, kerosene, whatever I put in it. Once this is up to 150, 160, 70 degrees, I run it through the centrifuge. And that's how I clean everything. I drop it out of that barrel into my plastic tank, which can go out to the vehicle to be used. And my Lister engine, which also runs on waste motor oil, transmission fluid. Well, it works for me so far. Proof is in the pudding.